Hey guys, I'm Justin and welcome back to the DiveBomb YouTube channel. With a long and arduous summer break upon all F1 fans, it's now time to look back and reflect on a hectic Hungarian Grand Prix. A memorable first lap shunt from Valtteri Bottas kickstarted a chain of events, knocking multiple high point scoring contenders out of the race and putting us in prime position for a shift in the grid order. A first win for the high-flying Frenchman Esteban Ocon, a superb recovery drive from Lewis Hamilton, and staunch defense from the experienced Fernando Alonso from said Lewis Hamilton all took the spotlight come the checkered flag. Yet it was a relatively quiet afternoon for Williams, who would secure a brilliant double points finish off of cool, calm and collected drives to P8 and P9 for Nicholas Latifi and George Russell respectively. Following Sebastian Vettel's disqualification from his P2 due to the team's inability to provide a 1 litre fuel sample post-race, P7 and P8 positions were granted to the Williams duo. These points are the first points Williams have scored since Robert Kubica's P10 at a hectic Hockenheim back in 2019, and we would have to go back to 2017 Austria to find the last Williams double points finish. The last few years have been incredibly difficult for the historic outfit, and today we will delve into how Williams have improved, and in particular how their 2020 season put them in prime position to get back into the points. Williams' 2020 season was the first time in its illustrious history as an F1 constructor that has scored 0 points. For Williams, 2020 was all about achieving respectability following last year's dismal campaign, and while the aforementioned 0 points and loss in the Constructors' Championship was actually slightly worse than 2019 in terms of results, what's vastly more significant is the performance step that elevated Williams from firmly in the mud into the Class C group of teams. In 2019, according to the race, Williams was around 2% behind even the 9th best team in terms of average performance, but as well as closing the gap from 4.3% off of the outright pace to around 3%, it overhauled Haas and was close to Alfa Romeo in 2020. The aforementioned three teams were locked in a season-long battle, with Williams losing out but unfortunate not to score points, most notably in Imola, where George Russell shunted under the safety car while trying to warm his tires. In 2019, Williams was in the wilderness, and in 2020, it was back in the game. Personally, the investment from De Rulton has had the most dramatic impact, not with massive upfront changes, but by supporting a trajectory that had already been set. It also gave the personnel a sense of stability and renewed purpose. De Rulton's arrival didn't have much of an impact on this year's car, beyond ensuring a healthier spare supply, but as well as clearing the sizable depth factory, facilities were being refreshed and upgraded. Talk about long-term stability and investment might sound dull at this point, but for a team that had out of necessity become hand-to-mouth with the whole family-run business type of vibe, this was incredibly crucial. My mind is particularly on the aerodynamic progress that was also made during the season. This air performance would be crucial in hindsight, considering how much the teams have struggled or benefited from the relatively low-key reg changes in 2021. Talk about Mercedes and Red Bull and how the tides have somewhat shifted going into the summer break. The low downforce rear wing introduced in Spa worked particularly well, and then the new high downforce specification that appeared at the Nürburgring showed that Williams was able to handle two extremes. Williams also showed a knack for judging the aero trade-offs for less familiar circuits as well, which helped to boost his performance at circuits like Portimao, where it was a season best 1.7% off of pole position, and in Imola as well. This aero of course improved performances all around, with George Russell making Q2 a countless amount of times, much improved from no Q2 appearances for both him and his 2019 teammate, Robert Kubica. 18 months ago, Williams was a team with a muddy future, but it has emerged from last year's competitive disaster and COVID-19 inspired financial problems with a promising future. It will be helped by the F1 rule changes throughout the next couple of years, most notably the cost cap being implemented this season and then the 2022 regulation changes. There are years where a team's success should not be measured purely by on-track results. Williams in 2020 has to be viewed through a different prism, as it firmly established a base camp for the rise that will follow over the next coming years. Now, 11 races into the 2021 season, and finally in the points, I hope to see Williams rise up the grid yet again. With the 2022 regulation changes right around the corner, and promising a good shake-up of the grid, this is Williams' time to shine, and to put their family name right back in contention for the Constructors' Championship. While we wait to see what Williams will bring to the table in the near future, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time on DiveBomb.